Hi everyone, welcome to What the Hell Did She Say? I'm your host Vanessa Lua, and this week we have an amazing interview with a Stonish guy. His name is Will Kemp, and he's an actor and dancer, and he's from England, so he has an amazing accent. I contacted him through my acting class, which is Margie Haver's studio, and he was so nice to say yes. And not only that, he also picked the place, so he took me to a place with an amazing view. And not only because he's hot, but also because the background was so nice. So check it out.
I just want to show the pink iPhone in the back. I mean,
Who
cares
care
about
about
the
the pink
hot
iPhone?
guy
Look.
in the front?
There's
Let's
the pink
look at
iPhone.
the pink iPhone.
The pink
over
iPhone. Beautiful view, right?
I know, super pretty. So, Will,
Yes.
how long
Hello.
ago did you move to LA?
I've been coming to LA for about 16 years. I first came over with Matthew Bourne's dance company 16 years ago, but I moved out here sort of on a permanent basis, taking it year by year about 2.5 years ago.
Wow, how do
Yep.
you love LA?
Well, look at this. I love LA. It's not raining right now. It's warm. It's a lot of fun, actually. I've been getting used to it sort of each trip. So 16 years of coming back and forth. It's the only other place that I know as well as London. So I love it.
Do you still
Quality
get
of
like
life.
a jet lag?
Do I say it's worse flying east? If you've ever worked this out, whenever you go east, jet lag's back. Coming back here, it's fine. You wake up early, you get on with the day, you go down to the gym, you do whatever you want to do. No.
So I read that you were shooting in Romania right now.
I
but
just
you are in LA, so
I am in
it's
LA
not
right now.
working.
Yeah, I just came back from Romania. I did a film there for Universal Pictures, The Scorpion King, The Lost Throne, which was a lot of fun. I got to horse ride and sword fight, and I had to work out like a fiend and look like a warrior. It was wicked, great fun.
Oh my god, that is so awesome, because I have to tell the audience that you are an amazing dancer.
Oh, that's very kind of you. I was a classically trained ballet dancer at the Royal Ballet, and I danced with Matthew Bourne's company as a principal dancer for about, I'm showing my age now, probably about 10, 11 years. And I'm actually going to go back to do a production that the Royal Opera House did last year, which I rejoined after creating it 10 years ago. It's going back and transferring to the West End. Wind in the Willows. I'm playing Ratty again at the end of the year, which is going to be so much hard work. It's 9 shows a week, and it's a really physical piece. But it's a great kids sort of orientated show. So my kids will come and watch their daddy be silly, which is fun.
So how was for you to transition from classical ballet and all this dancing to acting?
Yeah, I think for me it was a product of the type of work as a dancer that I was doing. It was very character based, it was very dramatic, it was Matthew Bourne's company at the time, New Adventures, was taking classic pieces like Swan Lake, Cinderella, Carmen, and reinventing them and bringing them to a sort of modern audience and interpreting, great classical music. And so the tools that I was needing as a dancer were very much in line with those as an actor. We were choreographing where we would be using words, and so I began to do a lot of acting coaching and classes in the UK, which then informed and enhanced the work as a dancer, to the point that I thought, actually, I prefer the acting bit. So that's where that grew out of many moons ago now.
How do you keep in shape? Because, I mean, you're not dancing every day, but you're
I'm not,
back,
it's true.
So.
Well, Crunch is over there, so that's my gym.
There you go, there it is.
Crunch is my gym, and round the corner there's a martial arts studio, Taekwondo and Hapkido, and that keeps me in shape. And also yoga, and yeah, I'm very active, so I have to be active or I go insane.
So you don't go to clubs to practice?
Clubs, did you say? Well, not very often, no. Not that I'd admit to, anyway.
So when you are like, you said that it's the jet lag, but in true is that you were partying the night
That I was
before.
partying the night before, and it was, I was out clubbing.
Well, like talking to you sounds like it's so easy to be where you are. But I'm sure
Oh
it's
really?
not.
No. Oh
So,
God, yeah.
How do you overcome all these obstacles, or what has been
Yeah.
the biggest one? How do you do it?
Do you know what? I think coming to LA is having been here a lot working and also not working, it's a very interesting transient place where you can be very successful very quickly, and you can also do the opposite. It's a sort of a place of, you know, highs and very low lows, and I think that that you need to be prepared for the lows when you're on a high, and when you're low, remember that it is possible to make things happen here.
So what kind of accent do your kids have?
My little girl is fantastic. She can turn on a perfect American accent at school. So when I drop her off, she immediately runs into the playground. Julia, hey, ball and talk, and she goes immediately straight into her little, like, oh my god. I'm like, who is this little girl? And she comes back home, and then she speaks back into English. And when we do like her exercises of counting and things, you know, she'll begin like 10, 20, 30, 40, and I'll say, oh, so how do we say that in English? And she'll go 10, 20, 30, 40, and it's fantastic how a child is such a sponge that they can adapt so quickly. So they sort of know when they need to do an American accent and when they come home, and we all speak some English. I know, I'm jealous, very jealous of her talent.
Because the actor is struggling.
I know,
oh
yeah.
God.
So she runs lines, so with me, and will test me on, you know, my accent, which is embarrassing
So
sometimes.
nice. Well, how about you recommend a place in London for the Latino audience? Like if somebody goes
London.
for vacation to London,
Wow.
what they should do mandatory?
What I always notice about going back to London, and if you're an artist you'd appreciate this in any form, is exactly that: the galleries, the West End plays, the musical, the culture scene in London is fantastic. I'm always like re-energized whenever I'm back home in London to see, you know, plays, the people that are in plays. There's so much talent. I have a friend who has a great portrait exhibition in the National Gallery, Johnny Yo, and his work is phenomenal, and you can walk everywhere. Here you have the culture, sort of, but you have to drive and you have to seek the culture out. In London, it's there, it just hits you, and that's what I always love about returning back home to London.
Oh, well, audience, you need to check out the art. And my last thing, I want to hear your Spanish.
Oh, sí, hola, ¿cómo estás? Es broma, es broma. What else do I know? Poquito más. Oh, poquito más. Poquito más here is fantastic. I love poquito más. I know it's technically Mexican food, but it's fantastic.
Muchísimas gracias. Adiós.
Adios.
Lovely, ain't it? Mates, that was me trying to do a British accent, which obviously was a failure, so I'll stop. Let's talk about Will again. Have you seen any of his movies, or have you seen him perform on theater? Let me know. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to hear from any British people that is out there. And well, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You just have to click the button above. And the reason is that next week I'm going to attend a red carpet event for the Single Mom Planet. And I'm not sure who is going to attend yet, but I know for sure that there is going to be a Playboy maid there. So Playmate, Latino Playmate is going to be there. And you guys want to check it out. So follow me on Twitter, What the Hell Did, and find me on Facebook, What the Hell Did She Say? Interviews by Vanessa Lua. Thank you so much for your support. I love you guys. You are the reason I do this. So I hope you like it. Thank you.